Good morning, grade 1. Welcome to another edition, or welcome to science class. How you doing? How's been your day? Hope you enjoy yourself. I'm so sorry that you can't come to school, but don't worry, you soon come. We miss you a lot. We can't wait for you to come back to school. But now we're doing more of e-learning. E-learning means you learn online. You have to come online. We'll teach you online, then you answer questions, you ask your teacher questions, and all that. It's a free word. Feel free to ask questions. Now we are not in a global worldwide. E-learning is more important, and with time, we're back to school. All right. If you realize, last time we were talking about energy, sunlight, heat, a whole lot of things. Yesterday I taught you about sound. I told you about high and low sound, and I taught you a lot of things, examples of loud high sound, and example of what? Low sound. But I realize you understand, but some people still do not understand. One thing I need you to understand is we have the loud and the soft sound, and we have the high and the low sound. Sound is a kind of energy. I've told you this before. Now you can sing in a high voice, you can sing, you can scream, you can shout in a high voice, and you can shout or you can talk in a low voice. So you should be able to balance it together. So these are the different sounds that we have. Alright guys, I'll be introduced to something different. Last time I talked about this, but I realized a lot of people does not understand it. And which is called smart cards. Now you can get a cardboard, you can call it cardboard. Because you're in grade 1, spelling might be a bit difficult. So what is the work of a smart card? Smart cards helps you to understand the meaning of a word and memorize the word. Now, for your levels, because today we're talking about revision, we will now do revision for chapter 1 to make sure you understand all the topics in chapter 1. Now, this is my own smart card. I don't know if you can see it. The first one is what? Energy. This first word is what? Energy. And for grade 1, you can spell it E-N-E-R-G-Y. So if your mother is at home, once she raises this up, you'll be able to see it that, oh, the first smart card is what? Energy. And you understand the meaning. And look at the back of my smart card. I have what? Electricity. I have what? Electricity. Can you see it? Electricity. It will really help you to know the words. It will really help you to know what? The word. And the next one is what? Vibrate. The next one is what? Vibrate. And at the back of the word I have smooth. Then you can spell it. Because of my time, I might not be able to spell for you. Then vibrate. Can you see? This is smooth. Smooth. Then I have what? Vibrate. At the back I have what? Vibrate. Then I have candles. I told you light comes from what? Candles. This is candles because I realized that some people cannot spell it. Then in your mind you can recite, oh, my fifth smart card is what? C-A-N-D-L-E-S. Candles. And you need to understand that this is more than one. If it's one candle, you don't put S. It's just C-A-N-D-L-E. Then I have my last smart card, which is what? Sunlight. Sunlight, and the back of it I have what? Sound. Now, if you know this, it will be easier for you. It will be easier for you to know what your teacher taught you to spell and to understand. So guys, try this. Tell your mama, tell your fathers to help you, your brothers and sisters, to help you create a smart card. Then you work with it. Thank you so much. Okay, back to the revision. Chapter 1 talks about what? Energy. You know the word energy as an energy. You know, I have if two boys are fighting, they'll tell you I have power. I am this, I am that. It's the energy that you have. Now, what is the meaning of energy? I know you know it, but let me tell you. Energy is the ability. Energy is the ability to do work. Energy is the ability to do what? To do work. Now, if you've created your smart card, so when you see energy, you already know the meaning. Because in your head, you've understand that, oh, energy. Oh, then you'll be able to spell what? Spell energy. Energy is the ability to do what? To do work. And I want you to know that electricity is a kind of energy. Electricity is a kind of energy. Now, how is electricity a kind of energy? Let's assume there's no light. Can you see? At night, if your daddy decides to off all the light, you know, can you see in the dark? It's not possible. So that means what? The ability for you to see is what? The electricity that you use. Electricity is what? Is a kind of energy. The AC we use, even the laptop you are using now, without electricity, can it work? No, it can't. So what? Electricity is what? Is a kind of energy. And I'm just trying to do the revision because we've taught all this in the class. I'm just trying to do a recap so you can understand it more. Now, cars use energy. Car use what? Energy. Now, somebody will tell me, I want to ask a question. Without fuel, without charging a car, without okay, let's say without fuel and charging, do you think your car can move? No. Now, something makes that car to move. Something makes what? The car to work. Without fuel, it can't. So what do you need? You need what? Energy. Now, what type of energy does the car use? You can say it uses what? Gasoline. Some car use gas and some car use what? Fuel. But basically in UAE, a lot of cars use what? Fuel. Then you can even charge it. There are some chargeable cars that you can use. Then we talked about moving water. I know this is strange to a lot of people, like, how will moving water use energy? Moving water, how does it use energy? Okay, I will tell you. Just stay with me. Hope you understand this part. And the ones you don't understand, I've told you, send me a message on Dojo. I will attend to you. Anyone you don't understand, just send a message on Dojo. We will attend to what you need. And okay. Now, moving water. I'm still on top lesson 1. I'm still on lesson 1. Moving water use. Moving water as energy. Moving water as what? Energy. Now, I don't know if you've been to the beach before, but I know that a lot of my students have been to the beach, a lot of my students have been to a lot of places. Now, there's something we call water wheel. There's something we call water wheel. Now, the forces from that moving water turns the water wheel. The forces from this moving water makes the water wheel to move. So the energy from the moving water moves what? The water wheel. You can check your book, you see the picture of a water wheel there. You see. Then also, batteries stores energy. Batteries, if you have a toy gun, or you have even your work clock, use battery. Energies are stored in what? In these batteries. So, because without the battery, your work clock cannot work. Without the battery, your car cannot even work. Some cars use battery. So, without a battery, your car cannot work. Cannot work. Then also, let's talk about heat. Heat. Now, heat can come from 3 places, like I taught you in the class. Now, let's go to lesson 2, which is about heat. We have heat from sunlight. We have heat from sunlight. We have heat from people. Then we have what? Heat from fire. So whenever you see heat, we have a lot of things that it comes from, but just these three. Whenever you remember the word it, you know it comes from what? Sunlight. It comes from people, and it comes from what? Fire. Now, somebody will ask me, Miss, how does it come from sunlight? Somebody will ask me, how does it come from what? Sunlight. Now, if you go to the beach, have you noticed that the sand at the beach is always hot? How? You went to the beach and you realized the sand, the soil, but it's called sand. That is not soil because you can't plant with it. The sand is always hot. Have you asked yourself, is the heat from the sun that makes the sand what? Hot. Is the heat from the sun that makes the sand what? Hot. I want you to try this. Put our water in a cup, put it outside inside the sun. After 30 minutes, go and touch the water. And please tell me what happened. Put the water in a cup, put it outside, then after 30 minutes, tell me what happened. You will realize that the water is what? Very hot. Because there's heat from what? From sunlight. There's heat from where? From sunlight. Then it warms the air. In the afternoon from 2 p.m., let me say 2 p.m., when you go out, it's hot. Means everywhere is hot. I'm feeling heat. I'm sweating. Is what? Heat from the sunlight. Then the other one is what? Heat from people. Heat from what? From people. How do you get heat from people? Now let's do a little exercise. When I ask you to jump when you start jumping 100 times, what will happen to you? You start sweating. There is heat. Or when you rub your hands. When you are cold, try to rub your hands. Rub it for like 20 seconds. Touch your cheek. You realize what? It's very, very hot. Warm. That is what heat from people. By jogging in the morning, when you do exercise, you start jogging, what will happen? You get heat. You feel warm. You feel warm. Then also, heat from fire. I know a lot of people like food. So, without heat, do you think you can cook? No. Without heat, do you think you can make barbecue? It's not possible. So, what are the things? Now, what are the things heat does? Heat from fire does. Now, heat from fire warms the food. We need heat to make what? To make food. We need heat to make our water hot. You know, in the morning, everybody wants to bathe with